honestly, season 1 of Bad Batch had more potential because the ending of like destroying Camino and then what's going to happen with Crosshair, and like Crosshair is obviously everybody's most interesting character in the show.
Yeah, I mean, from the start, I was never really invested in them. But I mean, you guys already know my stance on where we're at.
I certainly wasn't invested.
I'm not gonna bore you.
Like,
can you guys wait for 1 second? Sorry, for 1 second. Roman, can you please unmod him just for 1 second?
Oh God.
Please, just do me the favor and take him off of a mod just for 1 second.
Are you talking about Pilgrim or Matt?
Matt. Both of them would do, but specifically Matt.
Okay. Hold on.
Matt knows why.
Oh, I know why too.
How would you know why?
I don't know.
He said, "Don't be an ass."
That's his catchphrase. Let's see. I just need him to be unmodded for 1 second, and then okay. Hide user on this channel. Put user in timeout. Remove.
What is he doing?
You know exactly what he's doing.
Huh.
Same thing to you. And
maybe I should put him in timeout for 5 minutes. We'll see if he responds. I'll give him a chance to respond before he does. Before I time him out. He probably already unsubbed to your channel by now.
Honestly, probably.
He said lol.
Nah, he knows what I'm doing. Anyway, sorry to derail it.
Just no, you didn't really.
No, dude, it's fine. It's we were just talking about apparently there was like an Exicle comic in the Vader run that
that's why
Vader knew of
doing it. Remember him in Theory was doing the Vader comics every week?
Mm-hmm.
He stopped doing it to get that Exicle in.
So that kind of to your point though earlier, Roland, wouldn't Vader have told Luke that he knew about Exicle?
And if not, the Force Ghost to Anakin would have showed up and been like, "Yo, dude, by the way, like, just go to this planet.
Yeah.
You have to go to Mustafar first and find this stupid map. And then once you find this stupid map from this baby that sits on top of a little spider, or a spider that sits on top of a giant baby in the lava, that's literally a thing. I'm not even joking.
Dude.
It's the Eye of the Webbish Bog. That's what it's called. It's this little spider that sits on top of a massive baby.
You know everything about Star Wars, bro? Do you know everything about Star Wars?
I know a lot. Unfortunately, I know too much about Disney Star Wars.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, but no, they actually like did this bullshit. And if Vader would have said like, "Yo, Luke, go here, get this map, and either like, and then just go to this planet and bombard the hell out."
Yeah, but they made Luke into a bitch.
The stupid thing about Exicle is that it's like, okay, we need a planet that's strong in the dark side that isn't really known much. And they had Korriban. They turn it to Moraband, and then they decide to just like go to a whole new planet, Exicle. I don't know. I feel like there's just already the groundwork's already framed for them, and they just needed to kind of follow. But that's the complaint of the century in Star Wars is that they had this framework of what they could have used, and then they ended up just tossing aside all the infrastructure that was already built, other than the stuff that they wanted to use to develop their own.
Well, that's the thing too that is just such bullshit. Is they take something from the EU, which is awesome, right? Something that's really cool, and they don't even take the cool parts of it.
Yeah.
Like they're bringing back the light whip, right? They're bringing back the light whip, but it ain't even the light whip.
Yeah, they're not even using it in the correct way.
Yes.
Oh shit! What's up, Purist? Yeah. So the issue with the light whip is that, and I see this all over Twitter when these shells start talking about it, is that like, oh, the light whip was in the EU. Well, first of all, it was its like own weapon. It wasn't
What is the light
hybrid.
whip?
The light whip, it's essentially a whip that has a lightsaber,
That's
mechanism
badass.
to it. But it's like a chain link almost. It's like a physical whip that you could like put on your on your hip, pull it off, and then it ignites. But in this one, it's a lightsaber that you can basically turn flimsy. Right? It's so stupid to me. So they didn't even get it right, and that's just like, again, it's the same fucking argument that against the sequels since the beginning of the sale of Disney's. That
it's Lumia and Githany who both have it.
Yeah.
Luciana at Mount Andis was from the original.
Yes, but here's the thing: they did something interesting with that, Daryl. This is on Exegol. They did something interesting with Luke's hand on Tanta's, and that brought in, what was it, Dark Empire? Dark Empire is where Palpatine comes back, and there's like Luke with like 2 U's and a K.
No, that's the Throne trilogy. Yeah.
No, I don't think Luke's in the Throne trilogy. Like Luke.
Like that's where he
isn't Luke an heir to the Empire? Isn't Luke an heir to the Empire?
No. I'm talking about Luke Skywalker, evil Luke's clone.
He's from the Throne trilogy.
I thought that was Dark Empire, because Sabayoth is from
the Throne trilogy.
Yeah, Sabayoth isn't Luke though.
I'm confused on what you're saying, to be honest. I might have missed.
They used Luke's hand to try and create a vessel for young Palpatine.
Yeah, in the Heir to the Empire trilogy. That's all I was saying.
Okay, I thought they. If I'm probably misremembering, I thought they set it up in Heir to the Empire.
I'm just saying in the whole.
It is in trilogy. Okay,
I wasn't. Yeah, I was just talking about in the trilogy. Yeah. My bad.
So he was from Heir. Okay.
Dude, when I read that for the first time, I was fucking flipping out in my head. I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah. Dude, that was wild. That was such a
cool. Yeah, I thought that was
they actually have the gall to put to put Thrawn into the Tales of the Empire trailer, and he's definitely only going to be in like one episode.
Dude, first he absolutely is only going to be in. That's what I was thinking of, Daryl. Luke taps into the dark side because
I'm missing out. I have to read the Thrawn books. I have to find.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm not I've only read the two trilogies in the EU, so I don't pretend to know everything about it. But fucking love the 2 that I read, Bane and Heir.
Yeah, I was just reading Bane recently again, but so what they're gonna do with Tales of the Empire, I think, is one storyline I like. What they're doing with Barriss, cool, interesting. Do something with that character. But then you give us freaking Morgan Elsbeth. Get the fuck out of
here. Two there always are. You can't have one strong female. You need to have 2 of them.
I know, right?
But who likes Morgan Elsbeth?
No one does.
Elsbeth, though.
I think they're trying to use her. They're trying to use her to explain, probably do the whole. Well, she turned to sympathize with the villain, right? It's like, oh, she turned evil because of this. The whole Grievous plot line. The Barriss thing is maybe when the Clone Wars was coming out, if they did that storyline right after it, that would have been cool. But it's just, I don't really care. I don't really care anymore, to be honest.
That's true.
Saying, that's true. What I'm saying, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
And at the same time, no one cares about Morgan Elsbeth. Nobody. Yeah. And what you should have done, if you're gonna do a Tales of the Empire, just do the new canon Thrawn. Just do it. Don't put him in there for what's gonna be one conversation, right? That's why they dropped him in the trailer, because it's gonna be that conversation and that's it. So what they should have done was do 3 episodes on Thrawn, or however many it's going to be, and then 3 episodes on Barriss. But with the Thrawn stuff, make it him rising through the ranks.
Yeah.
Or 3.
I would love to see that.
Yes, dude.
That would be cool.
Or do the flashback where he met Anakin during the Clone Wars. Like, do that. That would be so much more interesting with Thrawn and Eli Vanto, his little ensign. Like, do that.
I kind of hate this format they're using for the Tales. Yeah, for real, Furious. But the whole, they're using the Tales thing to fill in gaps, and I think that it is just really annoying because we keep getting repeats of timelines that we've already seen, stuff that we know, and it's not long enough of a story. Like, you really could have used this to flesh out characters that we don't really know much about, or at least haven't seen on screen. Like,
honestly, I'm sorry, Daimyo.
No, go ahead, dude. Go ahead. No. That's all I was saying.
I was just gonna ask, like, what are we missing from the main story at this point? You guys would probably know better than me, but like, what are we missing at this point? It seems like everything's pretty much fleshed out, right? Well, is there anything left to tell at this point?
I mean, there's always more that you can do, and that's proven by the EU. But they can't, though, because they've backed themselves into a corner with the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, all roads lead to the sequels.
Yeah, and because of all roads leading to the sequels, there's not really much that they can do in this time period. Yeah. So either all the surviving Jedi need to end up with Cal Kestis somewhere, or, like, they had their chance with Ezra, and they fucked that. Yeah, but they can't fix it, though, Pilgrim. There's no fixing it at this point.
Well, and that's where I'm kind of at. And even if they want to get close to, fans like myself, because you guys have a lot more hope than like people like myself or
less and less by
you're not wrong, yeah.
Or Justin, but at the end of the day, I think to even get close to redeeming those with hope left is to go far, far into the future. Because if they go into the past, if they go way into the past, they're going to fuck up something with the established lore already. Yep. So if they go into the future, that at least they don't have the pressure of like trying to create a origin for Jedi or Sith, and they can just create a new Sith Empire or Sith Lord or faction of Sith, and then have, I don't know, just a random new light side user, and they go up against each other or something like that. That's the only way that they can do. That way, the people that are already pissed off might be able to get a few of them, but like that's the only out per se that I can see them taking. But
so like you're saying, start like completely over in a whole like new timeline is what like
not timeline time period.
Yeah.
Right.
Have the timeline, time period.
Have the Skywalkers be ancient history.
Yeah, or there's just like fucking. You have someone who's an insignificant character with the last name Skywalker. Yeah,
maybe one that's not even a Force user.
But that's what I'm saying. Dark side versus light side. Like it would be completely different, but at least they're not trashing on the shit that we already love, right? We can hate it or not, but they're not insulting. I mean, it's Disney, so they're still going to insult it in some way, right? But I don't know. That's kind of
honestly,
That's my take on it.
Yeah, dude. If you had 3 episodes that were like an hour and a half long, you could easily have done all of the Bad Batch.
The fact that this is the direct sequel kind of to Clone Wars is sad. Because
I wasn't interested in them. Like in Clone Wars, when they popped the Bad Batch in, I thought they were all pompous assholes.
Yeah, kind of.
They're going toe to toe with Anakin Skywalker in front of them. Like they're fighting just as well as he is, and then you go into the Bad Batch show and they're getting their ass kicked every couple seconds. Like,
well, yeah, and it kind of goes back to like what I said earlier. The Empire cannot be the Empire on this show because if they were the Empire, I think that the Bad Batch would have made it through halfway through like their first season because like Empire are not. I guess you could make the argument that they haven't found their footing yet, but like even so, that really doesn't make any sense
Bro, they
because
were able to wipe out the Jedi.
yeah. So
come on.
The show started with them burning the title card of the Clone Wars and replacing it with the Bad Batch.
That's true. That's true. I did forget about that.
I didn't even think of that. Yeah, true.
So I was excited when I saw like Tales of the Empire trailer popping up. I was like, "Ooh, this could be interesting. Give me some Tarkin. Give me something else." And I get Barriss and Morgan Elsbeth. Are you shitting me? And then you want to go. People want to go and argue that it's not all about creating strong female characters. Like, dude.
Tales of the I mean every single thing right now. It's all that's who's leading the. You can't have a strong male lead right now. It's just not going to happen. I mean, look at the Ubisoft game that we all wanted, and look at what we got. Look at what we got is the Outcast. Like, I'm probably not going to buy it. I'll watch Caleb or X-Wing stream it.
The Outlaws game. That shit looks.
There's too much. Yeah, there's too much bad faith with Ubisoft and Star Wars. So you're just combining the two because it's a company that's already pissed off a bunch of fans. Ubisoft, and then you have a franchise that's already pissed off a bunch of fans. So this game, I think, is slated to just not do well at all.
Yo, keep that up for a second. The point that he's making right there as well, look at female game characters and then look at their actress. Bro, the actress that's playing her is attractive.
We've seen this all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. This isn't anything new. This isn't anything new.
Mary Jane in the Spider-Man 2 game, yeah. They say that it's for photorealism, but I don't know if I buy that.
Bro, if that's photorealism, I don't know what it is. Like, that's
Dylan, what's up, bro? What's going on?
Yeah, that's actually really true, Purist. She has a really good comic where she gets hooked on this drug that like enhances her force powers while she's trapped on this planet.
I didn't even know that.
And she like almost turns to the dark
Daryl.
And I come back.
Yeah, Ubisoft lost me at
Daryl. Outlaws makes me Ubisoft.
Ubisoft they lost me after Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Okay, so I was gonna say I stopped playing, I think, after the French Revolution one. Like, I bought it and I didn't really play it much. I played Black Flag, wasn't too big on it. So I waited until they did a time period that I really liked, which was Vikings. And then I was really stoked for that, bought it, and the gameplay just was slow and like boring to me that I didn't. I mean, dude, it was like a 2-hour tutorial, right? Because like with open world games, you don't really have tutorials. They kind of just throw you into them. But like with Grand Theft Auto, within an hour of playing that game, and Red Dead Redemption, within an hour, you have like you're basically ready to go. You can start doing your own shit. Yeah. And there's like a cinematic like entry point to the actual story. You're not going through all this like precursor stuff anymore. And I felt with Valhalla, it took I was playing for like an hour and 45, and I was like, I still feel like I'm like the map is super tight, and there wasn't really much to do, and you have to like they give you like 20 missions to do before you feel like from what I saw, that until you start getting all the weapons and whatnot. So I was already kind of like I had saltiness towards Ubisoft after that game, and then I was I was very skeptical of what's it called of Skull and Bones, and so I waited till Caleb bought it, and when I talked to him and watched him play it a bit, and found out like you're just on the ship, you can't get off at all. I'm like, okay, this is stupid. Like, I'm not gonna get that game. Nope. And they could have done a lot of cool things, I think, with Outlaws. Like, if you were a Force user, like they could have basically done the whole like Assassin's Creed 1 through 3, where you, like the running style and jumping on crack, because you have the Force, and they could have done like a bunch of different climbing and wall running and jumping, and then they choose to do like a bounty hunter style game. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Not even a bounty hunter. She's just a crappy smuggler.
Yeah, but like it's based in the underworld though, right? And so you're going to deal with bounty hunters. You saw that in the trailer, and it's this whole scoundrel thing, right? So they cancel, Disney didn't cancel it, but Lucasfilm canceled 13 back in the day. And then this is probably the closest thing we're going to get to it. Dude, a Mandalorian game where you play as Din or some other random Mandalorian would have done way better.
That would be sick. That would be sick.
At least you have the framework in a Mandalorian game where you could either choose to be female or male, right? And then
Nando's in Fortnite though, so I guess that's the closest we'll ever get.
I don't really play Ubisoft or Naughty Dog. This guy's just trying to trigger me. Ubisoft,
yeah, because
Naughty Dog.
Yeah, fuck Naughty Dog. No. They completely ruined The Last of Us, dude. Like,
yeah, it's why am I forgetting his name now?
Neil Druckmann.
Yeah, Neil Druckmann. I forgot. Fuck that guy.
So back to real quick, back to Barris, because Marvel or Purist brought up a good point.
Yeah.
Like, with her coming back into the fray now, which is again too late, like Daimyo said. My whole thing there with Barris is, won't Vader blame her? Like, is it gonna end right? Is it gonna end in like Tales of the Empire where Vader just kills her? Because
Vader is in the trailer, so like Vader's in the show.
If she's becoming an Inquisitor, right?
Yeah.
He would know. I fought you. You're the one who bombed the Jedi Temple. You're also the one who caused Ahsoka to leave.
So, okay, I want to touch on that because I've seen a lot of people try to connect this to, maybe Vader kills him out of revenge for Ahsoka. That goes completely against his character.
I don't think
because Vader and Anakin are meant to be completely two different characters. They're not the same person anymore.
That's true.
But he would still know her. Is my point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he'd know her, but I also think he's doing the Emperor's bidding now. So he's going to completely separate himself and not remind himself about his past like that. He's just going to treat her like shit, like any other Inquisitor. And that leads to kind of what I want to talk about next about this is that, like, so there's no more Inquisitors by the time the fourth movie, A New Hope. So I actually think that once they rid the galaxy of the Jedi for what they think, I'm pretty sure the Emperor is just going to be like, all right, now go kill all the Inquisitors. And that's pretty much what I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that at some point.
So I wanted to touch on something that Daimyo said. Daimyo said that like Anakin and Vader forget or that like they're like completely separate. But what I would just kind of ask though is when we see in like comics and all that stuff Vader missing Padme, would you say that is like
that's
against
Disney thing?
Wait, sorry, I missed the first part of that statement or question.
So you said that like Vader and Anakin are separate like characters, right? So
they are.
Would you say that it is against Vader's character for him to miss Padme and for him to like think about her and all of that stuff?
But when has that been shown?
In comics,
other than Star Wars theories, fan film.
It's been shown in like comics and like all of that stuff.
Vader Immortal game. In the Vader Immortal VR game, the whole point of him doing what he's doing.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Time,
that's bullshit.
He wants to resurrect Padme.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Disney lore. Exactly, Pierce. That's Disney shit.
I'm the only thing that I'm aware of that he holds on to, in terms of his past, is killing Obi-Wan. Like that's the only thing he's obsessed with. It's what fuels and drives him further into the dark side, is to get revenge on Obi-Wan, because that's the only reason why his body can even stay alive. That's why you see a lot of fan fiction bullshit like, oh, what if Vader was kept alive after the
I will do that.
The sixth movie. Yeah, he's like, what if Vader stays alive after Return of the Jedi? Would he go back? Would he what would he look like? All this other shit. What would he do? It's like that stuff wouldn't. It goes against the established lore already, because the only thing keeping him alive is the dark side and his hate and his fuel for revenge. And if he turned to the light side, his body's just going to wilt away because he can't. It's part of the Sith and dark side lore that you're feeding into the dark side will keep your body alive more. Exactly. So or longer rather.
And as well, if he's got this hope of somehow bringing Padme back.